back with another video. I've been in bed off and on today, mostly due to nerves and anxiety issues. Like I told you, this program is a bitch, I'm telling you. It's very disturbing. And, I've always been leery and cautious of people. But, because of this, I have become even more protective of myself. And so, I've always been rather reserved when it comes to who I let into my life. And this is an issue that made a bad situation kind of worse. I'm more than aware of how evil people can be. I'm more than aware of how people can tread on your rights or take away your rights or make assumptions about you or try to rearrange your life to suit their needs when you don't even know them, okay? That's so weird. But, whatever the foolish behavior of people, I want very little interaction with people, and I have to be very selective about who I bring into my life. And I've kind of, mentioned this in other videos, but, after being gang stalked, especially after being gang stalked, you have to be very careful. Because I know it doesn't matter where I move to, and I'm sure because a lot of this had, originated on Facebook, it's very widespread. So let's just say, for example, I moved to the East Coast. Why I would do that, I don't know, because I like it warm all the time. But if I move to the East Coast, then, there might be somebody who just might come out of the blue or whatever. And so I have to kind of screen that person. And, I don't like having to be that way, but, I know, right after I left the farmer's place, I'm going to tell you, there were people coming out of the woodwork and just, coming up trying to make friends with me, out of the blue, okay? And I started noticing a pattern, and it starts to become really annoying. And I'm pretty sure that was probably Esther Gooding and her cult members or whatever. I'm tired. And I don't want to I want to forget Esther Gooding. I want to forget Polly Graham. I want to forget the employers that I worked here for. The only thing I expect them to do is verify my reference and do so in a professional manner. And if they don't know how to do that in a professional manner, perhaps I can give them some pointers on how to do that in another video. But basically, I've always left on good terms. I know Joanna Chavez basically forced me into a position to work for her. And then when I realized that I was being gang stalked and wanted to get out because the nervousness that it was causing, she decides to give me a shitty review because I'm not basically working for my benefit. So then she gets angry and gives me a shitty review, okay? So obviously these people are not going to be people that I'm going to list as a reference to call, but, managers really need to start giving better evaluations and the tone of their voice and whatnot. Because when I asked the guy, what did she say about me, he said that she said it in a sarcastic tone, okay? Which I didn't deserve any of that, okay? She was the one at fault. And this is not trying to keep the argument going. Because really what I want to do is I want to forget all of these people. Every single last one of them. I don't think they're worth keeping in my memory bank. There's no way in the world I want to ever look back at these people, and I sure as hell don't want to be a part of any of their collective, networks or anything. I want to be able to find another job in the Los Angeles area and leave the place of employ that I'm working at right now, okay? I'm only there because I need a job, okay? And, I'm not sure, I know Bakersfield's not going to give me anything else. I have to kind of stick it out because, I can't expect to be here indefinitely, okay? I can't expect to be here indefinitely, so I need to be able to find somewhere else, okay? I don't have any connections anymore, okay? Everybody has been absorbed through Facebook. Everybody has been a part of my gang stalking, so the chances of me contacting any of these people are nil, okay? I will not ever talk to any of these people again. I figured if they cared, they would have donated the first time, okay? Once I told them that and stated, the seriousness of this program, they should have started coughing up money, okay? They should have started doing something that was to my benefit, but they didn't do that, okay? So basically, I have no problem, doing old-fashioned job searches. I think they're far more effective than working through networks. Because, like I said, people are never going to give you or assist in giving you what you're worth, okay? Just like Mary Landucci, she's a part of this thing that I didn't ask for. She's giving me jobs that are beneath my skill level. It's of no benefit to me, okay? If it's not going to help me continue growing on building on what my skills have already been acquired, there's no point in me working. You're not supposed to go backwards. You're supposed to keep going forward. So, I'm just going to have to get in there and start contacting the right people like I used to. And like I said, I used to have a good way of, a good, productive, orderly way of looking for work, okay? Like I used to have like a little file box, and I used to have like a date book and like a date where I'm supposed to follow up and all this other stuff. And I used to have all of that all in order, and I would have times in notes and stuff like that. And, it has been very hard for me to get, organized in my mind because of all the trauma. Seriously, okay? I mean, I'm literally, like, my brain has been scrambled. I can't tell you what this program does to people. It literally, it's like somebody raping you multiple times. That's exactly how I can tell you. Ideally, some people, I don't have anyone to contact, okay? I don't have anyone to contact. I've never been the kind of person to ever contact anybody, okay? And this is not a matter of pride, you know what I mean? It's just the fact that, it never occurred to me to do something like that. Now, I knew there were such things called networks, and I remember seeing people who got jobs for other people. Like, I remember there was a person who worked at Lockheed, and they moved to, I think, Northrop. So they brought some of their friends from that. And I understand that kind of happens all the time. But it just never occurred to me to do something like that, okay? So I've always, just organized my own thing, talked to the right people, and gave them my resume, followed up, and, put myself out there. That's the best way I know how to do it. So, some people will think, well, you're kind of over-worrying, you're just worrying too much about your goals. I'm going to say yes, I am, because this is extreme. Unless, of course, you've ever experienced gang stalking. Unless, of course, you know what it's like for somebody to dangle your life in front of your face. You will have no idea what this feels like, okay? It is a very traumatizing experience because it sends a message that says, I can see that your life is falling apart. I can see that you're falling behind in your bills. I can see that you're losing everything that you have, but we want to enjoy our fun. We want to have, and it's not, and these people think, well, we're just being funny, we're just being silly, we're just having some fun, but no, you're not. You're losing everything. And to them, it's just it's just a joke or whatever. They're not taking it seriously, but you, on the other side of it, you're losing you can't pay your bills now, or your bills are accumulating, or maybe you're not being able to support yourself in a comfortable manner. Now, mind you, I'm not materialistic by any means, okay? But for 46 years old, I should have more, okay? So, it's these things, you know what I mean? And like my car, I think my car's decent, you know what I mean, if I'm going to get around from one point to another. But like basically, it's like when you're gang stalked and people are arranging your job, they're basically setting a program in motion to decide what you get in life and what you don't get. So like some people unfairly are able to take vacations, they're able to go traveling, and then there's a system put in place that determines where and how far another person goes. That's against the law, okay? Because legally I have every right to, regardless of my skin color, regardless of my religious beliefs, regardless of my marital status, regardless of any of that, it's against the law. And I don't like to throw shit out there, but the stuff that has been created on Facebook has been an absolute nightmare to me because it doesn't need to be debated. It's not something to be debated. And then what irritates me is that somebody will give you a job And then their logic and their reasoning is, well, you know what, you got to think about what you want versus what you need. It is demoralizing, it is demeaning, and dehumanizing for someone to make that determination. Nobody has the right to say that. That's just like me telling, like I've used this example before, telling Sean Collins, who's co-owner of Organized Sports, and I think he's like the head fire department chief, you know what, instead of being a fireman, why don't you be an EMT? Don't debate it, don't argue it, don't even think about disputing it. Hey, you know what, Sean, you know what, give up your position, be an EMT. Don't argue it, that's what you get. That's what you get. Don't argue it. Doesn't matter. You know, you can lose your house. You know what you can do? You can go live in a little apartment, or you can live in a trailer. Don't argue it, that's what you get. Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now, how do you think he would feel? How do you think he would feel? He would feel like, well, what about my dreams? What about the things that I love? How about me having the life that I want? Well, guess what? You don't get that, Sean. You don't get to have what you want, okay? So why do you think it's okay for you to do it to me but not to somebody else? Because is it racism? Is it sexism? Is it because of religious intolerance? Well, I think a bunch of this comes into play right now, and that's wrong, okay? I have every right to do what I want to do. And I am not associated with Polly. I'm not associated with Esther. I never will be. I will not. Just because, and you know what? Here's the sad part, you know. I now consider myself single. I don't care. I don't understand the marriage document at this point. I don't understand anything. I don't trust the legal system here, okay? So in my book, I'm a single woman, okay? Now, I will tell you this. You know, I'm not running around partying. I question the legality of my marriage at this point. Why? Because I don't understand anymore. Okay, you know, I have a legal marriage license in my file box. Okay, now because everything's corrupt in this town. Okay, so I don't know if somebody went in. And because I don't trust the court systems, okay? I really don't. So I don't know really what I am. I have no idea if I'm indeed legally married to him or not. And you know, it doesn't really matter to me, okay? All I know is right now I'm staying in this house until I find a job, period, okay? But I will say that, you know, I'm not, the very fact is you don't have the right to make that decision. You don't have the right to say, oh, well, you know what, she needs to do this, 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 and this. My sister is wrong, okay? She's wrong. She had no right to do what she did, okay? She's just another person that I'm flushing. She's the first person I'm flushing out of my life, okay? Because she's destructive, plain and simple. And, you know, it's not that what she's done is unforgivable. It is absolutely unforgivable. And the people who got involved, like Mary Landucci and Joanna, all of it is completely unforgivable for me. So, and it's not something that I can accept. I will never accept it, okay? But, you know, aside from it, I'd like to stop harping on it, okay? My question is, do employers appreciate my skill? Okay, because really they should. That's what I want to be appreciated for. I'm not sitting here wanting people to sit here and overanalyze my shoes. You know, I'm not interested in somebody looking at my coffee mug that has scratches on it. And the good thing about my coffee mug is that it keeps my coffee hot for at least 2 hours, okay? And it satisfies my need. These people at Organized Sports, what's that place called? Flourishing Art. I keep getting them mixed up. Flourishing Art and Organized Sports. I don't know why I do. Who knows why? Maybe because both of them had dim lighting inside. I don't know. But anyway, my point is that I have the right to do what I want, and nobody has the right to choose my job. Okay, and to do so is it's against the law. Okay, it violates my right. Okay, and the smear campaign was absolutely. It was absolutely unnecessary, okay? And it was wrong. And everybody who got involved in my targeting, they're the ones who have to worry about their reputation. They're the ones who are doing the wrongdoing, okay? I'm not the one, okay? So does anybody appreciate my skill? That's what I want to know. And it's not that I can't have fun, because I can, okay? But what these people have done is they have literally put me in a state of destitution. I'm not supposed to sit back and laugh when you can't pay your bills. I'm not supposed to sit here and laugh about losing a decent vehicle and then having to get another one because I can't afford a better one. It's not that. And so these people cannot be my friends. I don't look at them as friends. These people have given me no positive advice because I can't take advice from these people because they're corrupt. Okay? So I want to separate from the collective completely. As far as Steve Murray is concerned, you know, I have a letter of recommendation from him. I have Karen Johnson's phone number. I have the phone number of all the jobs that I've worked, and they just have to verify my references and leave me alone. I don't want them bothering me. You know what I mean? I don't want them attaching themselves to me. I don't want them finding me another job, okay? That's not what I've never asked them to do that. You know, I'm worth a lot. Like I said, I'm worth a lot, and I shouldn't have to, you know, get something that is beneath my skill level. It doesn't make any sense. And I shouldn't be sitting here agonizing, worrying about how I'm going to live in Los Angeles, how am I going to make it, how I'm going to eat, how I'm going to live, how am I going to, you know, get a roommate and then make the transition to move into my own apartment. Because believe me, I don't want to live with somebody. I don't, okay? I don't want to live with somebody. I didn't put myself in this situation. So what are the perps doing who put me in this situation? How are they trying to fix it? You know what I mean? If they think, well, maybe she can marry somebody, the answer is wrong, okay? Because you're putting me in a situation that I don't want to be in, okay? Or you're forcing me into a situation that's too big, okay? So then you got people choosing my jobs, choosing every aspect of my life. And you know why they do that? Because it's dehumanization. They think that they have the right to dictate somebody, and I never asked to be their friend. I never once wanted Karen to be my friend, ever. Okay, I wanted to get along with her. I wanted to have a decent relationship with her, and I realized, you know, because she was orchestrating the mobbing at her place, what redeeming quality has she ever demonstrated to me that would make me want to continue a relationship with her? What? There is none. Okay, I don't want to have anybody playing matchmaker for me. I don't want anybody doing that. That's not what interests me. I don't want that. And I don't want people constantly worried about whether I'm a fucking genius or not. Obviously I am. I'm sick of it. And my intellectual abilities are for me. They're not for everybody else. I'm not trying to sit here and, like, show off or anything like that. These people have caused me nothing but problems when I have done everything I could to be peaceful. So, yeah, I resent it, you know, and I don't want to go, you know, be paraded around, you know, to employers because they're looking for, to harass me, to sexually harass me, or harass me over being intelligent, or give me religious, you know, that lady over there, what's that Ford place, a family place, is it Ford, or I don't know what place it was, but I remember she was so stupid. I lost all respect for her when she said, we're steeped in the Word. No, you're not. If you were steeped in the Word, then, you know, you wouldn't have said that, because you don't even know what you're talking about. If you were steeped in the Word, you wouldn't be gang stalking, okay? I'm realistic in what I'm saying, okay? It's like, you know, the problem with it is that I can get along with a person who goes to church and believes what they want to believe, but they don't. It shows a huge amount of insecurity when they try to shove that down your throat. If you're confident in your faith, you will act that way. You will act that way in every way, in everything that you think, do, and say. You don't have to. Like, for example, I'm confident in what I believe. Okay, so confident so that I don't even have to sit here and talk about it, because you know why? I don't need to convince other people so I can be convinced myself. Okay, that's pretty much why I don't need to go into those kind of dialogues, okay? So, anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video. I just want to put, the war needs to end. The one-sided war needs to end, because I'm not interested in playing it. I'm not interested in having any part of it. I didn't ask for it, and I don't want to be a part of these people's lives, okay? I never wanted to, okay? I'm not going to sit here and change my life so I can be friends with Mary Landucci, because I don't like Mary Landucci. There's nothing about her that I would ever be attracted to be friends with, ever, okay? I don't like anything about her, and that goes for Joanna and all the other people, okay? I choose my friends wisely, and guess what? They don't fit that standard. So let's end the war so I can get on with my life. Wrapping this video up. Have a wonderful day.